It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, it's the end of the week, so I want to do a special report. There's been some big news hitting the streets, okay, folks? And I wanted to wrap up this week highlighting some of that news. We got huge news coming out of Fuji. That news coming out of Fuji, by the way, is going to completely destroy all the aspirations for all the OEMs about printing in people's houses. I think Fuji finally figured out how to get that print out of people's houses. Our friends over at Ricoh, big news, big news. What they did with our friends at BLI is going to completely change our industry forever. After today's episode, I believe Ricoh's executives will have to run around the world and tell everybody that they made a mistake again. Because what they're talking about now with BLI is completely disruptive. I mean, it destroys the entire business model of OEMs having control over dealers and what they sell and what they don't sell. And Konica Minolta. Now, there's been a lot of news about Konica Minolta, and I'm not going to talk today about the fact they lost $300 million over the last couple of years, and they made massive cuts and all that. I'm going to leave that alone. I already had that video. Today, I want to talk about an award they won. And folks, I got to be honest with you. I think I agree with this award. Unless, of course, I'm completely misunderstanding the award. But the way that I read it, I really do agree with it. And if I agree with it, I want to share that with the audience. So without any further ado, let's jump on the Sharp Interactive board. And the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the Ricoh and BLI thing, because this is big, big news. There you go, folks. Let me just read this headline. Get your head around this. Remanufactured devices are leading the way forward. Okay, so here's the deal. Let me just kind of summarize this. So OEMs are having a hard time, getting product, right? And so, those folks over at BLI, I got to give Anthony Ski and the Keypoint Intelligence team, you guys really hit this one out of the park. So you're trying to figure out, how do we give awards to people? You can't really give people an A3 line of the year because there's no A3 lines being made, so you're struggling with these awards. And plus the awards are getting so stupid, most people don't pay attention to them anyway. But you came up with a new one. And you gave Ricoh over there in Europe an award for remanufactured products. This is unbelievable. Think about this, folks. Think about the can of whip ass this opens up. An OEM is recognized for the best remanufactured machine. If you think about it, Ricoh could be smarter than hell with this. They could stop making new machines, completely shut down all the factories, save billions of dollars, and just remanufacture the machines they have. Pull them out of the field, remanufacture, put them back into the field, because we all know that, especially the A3 models, we all know that these A3s, they're not going to be around much longer anyway. So for the next 4, 5, 6 years, they could just remanufacture the machines they got and just keep the cycle going, shut down all the manufacturing. BLI giving them this award could really change the industry. But when BLI gave them the award, I thought to myself, you know what? This does open up a can of whip ass. So what I wanted to do was do some pro bono, really quick work for my friends over there at Keypoint Intelligence, BLI. I'm going to share with you some thoughts and some new awards, because obviously you're running out of categories. Obviously, when you come out with a remanufacturing hardware award for an OEM, this is mind-boggling. So I figured I would help you, and here's a few that I think you ought to be paying attention to. Okay, so think about the possibilities. Think about the possibilities of this. Best remanufactured cartridge line to replace Ricoh's OEM line. Think about it. A lot of these OEMs, they can't get the toner. So you should test remanufactured cartridges that work really well inside those Ricoh machines that could replace Ricoh's OEM toner. Think about it. You say they have the best remanufactured hardware. Who has the best remanufactured cartridges? That could be interesting. Best non-OEM A3 MP toner line. Think about it. All those MFPs out there. If you're going to be remanufacturing the MFPs and putting them back out on the marketplace, what provider out there makes the best A3 toner that could replace your OEM toner? I'm thinking of my friends Chris Pollock. Pollock and Pollock, great opportunity. You could test all this. You got the testing facilities, right? And if the word remanufacture is okay now and Ricoh's accepted that as something they're going to be, comfortable with, there's so many more opportunities. Best production print toner, black and white in color. What's a non-OEM production print toner, both black and white in color? Best non-OEM software replacing OEM brands. Think about it. Ricoh's got DocuWare. What's another one that you could test that you could say that works fantastic with Ricoh? Think about it. You've opened the door. This is amazing stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the reality. Ricoh was named BLI's 2015 A3 MFP Line of the Year. I had a look. I didn't see any other awards for the A3 lineup since 2015. So now they got the award for the remanufactured product. This is amazing stuff for Ricoh, and it's amazing stuff for our industry because it finally brings to realization that remanufacturing's good. What's the difference if it's a machine or if it's a bottle of toner or a cartridge? Good job, BLI, on that. Hopefully this helps you come up with some new awards because you're probably going to need them as time goes on because, you know, it's kind of running out of momentum with the awards you're giving out. So anyway, let's talk about this Konica Minolta award. It's actually 2 awards, 2 Global InfoSync awards. Folks, I got to read a couple of things, get your head around this because this is really amazing. And like I said, this is the first time I kind of agree with them. So it talks about the CDM InfoSync awards and kind of goes into the whole article. And down here at the bottom it says, let me just read this for you. The annual CDM InfoSync Award seeks out best of breed next generation InfoSync solutions. Next generation InfoSync solutions. And I'm thinking to myself, so they don't have to be working now in this generation. It's about the next generation. So I wanted to read a little bit further. There's more to this award. Let me just go to this. So here's the paragraph I have to read. Because when I read this paragraph is when I realized, I think I agree with this. Here we go. Here we go. I'm not going to read the whole thing. CDM has flexible philosophy to find more innovative players with new and unique technologies than the one with the most customers or money in the bank. Which is kind of good because Konica's having some struggles with the money, so you don't need to have money in the bank to win the award, and you don't need to have the most customers to win the award. And I've been arguing for a long time that I don't think All Covered has a whole lot of print customers, right? CDM is always asking, what's next to find best of breed, next generation InfoSync solutions? And if you think about it, Konica does a fantastic job talking about what's coming next. I mean, I did that video recapping Andy's interview with Sam, and it was all about what's coming, not about really what you've accomplished. And now they have an award for what's next. This is amazing stuff. So unless I'm misunderstanding this award, I believe they got an award for what's coming next. And they got the award based on the fact that they don't even need to have any money to win it. Very interesting stuff. Let's jump over here to Fuji because this is crazy. They're going to kill the home printing. What do people do with those printers in their houses? We all know what they do. They print greeting cards. You know, don't they? I mean, the greeting cards that they want to give to the spouse or the kids, they just go to the printer in the den and they print them off. Well, Fuji's coming out with greeting card kiosks. So no more having to print the greeting card in the house. Do people even print greeting cards anymore? Is greeting cards really that big? Do people really give a lot of greeting cards away? That industry's kind of been declining. Anyway, they're coming out with the kiosks. Those kiosks out there, print off your greeting cards. This is going to be a big future play for my friends in the Document Imaging channel. After all, if they can sell electrical vehicle charging stations, I think there's going to be a whole lot of businesses out there that are going to have a greeting card kiosk in their office. You never know. They have the birthday celebrations. Those administrative assistants can go up to the kiosk, print off the cards for the employees that are having the birthday. They don't have to worry about buying them online or anything. Save a lot of time, right? I mean, think about it. Like I said, if they can sell electrical vehicle charging stations, they ought to do really well with these greeting card kiosks. Ladies and gentlemen, I put this slide over here because this is the home run. This is what y'all got to pay attention to. This is what everybody in our damn industry better be thinking about. This is the film, color film, and this chart shows its drop-off since the year 2000. Folks, look at this. Boom! Let me read this over here. Rapid drops of 20% to 30% from the previous year. It went over the bell curve and just crashed. Now I want to ask everybody out there a question. Where are we at with business print on the bell curve? Where are we at? Look at these few short years that this just crashed, folks. Within like 6 years, it just crashed. And business print's going to do the same thing. And it's going to do it, folks. And when business print falls off that bell curve, you're going to be in trouble. The OEMs are going to be in trouble. They're not going to be able to support their production print aspirations. This is why it's so critical that the dealer world out there, those friends of mine that sell, supply, and service business print equipment, Understand the impacts of moving from A3 to A4. Understand the impacts of not collecting enough annuity to live in the comfortable ways that they've lived for the last 30 years. Understanding that they need to move into managed services and IT services, and they better broaden those portfolios, but more importantly, they better make sure those portfolios that they broaden to actually make money. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a scary slope. And I truly believe our industry is in for that. And when that happens, what's your business going to look like? Are those electrical vehicle charging stations going to replace all that print that fell off the cliff? Maybe it'll be the kiosks for greeting cards. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to the realities in the market. And everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all on Monday.